Just got done with practice. Probably took like 1,000 reps. Can't feel my right arm.
Yeah? Why?
Because the reps I took.
How many reps?
Stupid idiot. I just told you, 1,000.
How many reps?
Yo, dudes, it's Blake from Green Knuckles Cross on this week's Fogo Friday. We're showing you guys how to make your own turf square. We're at Lowe's today, and when I originally built my first turf square, I went to Lowe's and got all the materials I needed here. So let's go inside and get started. Okay, so we're inside Lowe's. We are in their carpeting section, and here is the two pieces of turf they have. It's not actual turf, it's, I think, AstroTurf is the correct term. It's not real quality turf. It doesn't have the black beads in it. It's just like this. And this is the exact same turf I have in my garage. So we come in close. This is $3.15 per linear foot, and it comes 6 feet wide. And in my garage, I have a 12 by 18. So I have two 6-footers from side by side, and they're both 18 feet long. So that's what I did, $3.15. I'll do the math later to tell you guys how much that total is, but this is it. So that's a 6 by 8. Most guys ask for a 6 by 6, but I mean, this will work. How much is that?
So you definitely are not 6 foot, Blake.
This is the 8-foot height, idiot. So you don't have a lot of money to spend on this little square. This right here was a 6 by 8. It's not bad quality. It's just like a carpet, like a green carpet. That's literally what it is. But this way you have to use, go ahead. It's only $20 and it's a 6 by 8. That's plenty of room. So, on to piece number 2. You need some sort of padding to go underneath the turf. If you're gonna have that thin piece of turf on top of concrete, it's gonna freaking screw you up. It's gonna suck, it's gonna hurt. So what we did is we came up here and we bought one carpet pad roll, and it is $35, and it is 72 inches by 9 feet. Like I said, I'll do the math later, but that is what we put under the turf to add some sort of cushioning when we're facing off. Here you go. That's what it looks like. Little thin sponge. The third thing you're gonna need is some sort of adhesive to keep the turf to the padding. And then optional, if you don't have anything to hold the turf square down to the ground, like I did, I had horse mats going around, but if you didn't have that option, you can put the glue somehow on the ground and it'll glue the turf pad on top of that. So with that being said, I recommend using some sort of Gorilla Glue. Don't use any wood glue. And I don't recommend using any spray adhesive. This stuff is not strong enough at all. This stuff absolutely sucks. Don't waste your money on this. I believe I used something like this, or pretty much anything that's not a wood glue or a spray adhesive, you should be fine. The last and final thing you're going to need, I'm this close because there's a worker on the other side. Last and final thing you're going to need is some sort of tape. Now this is going to be your white line that goes across. This also kept both pieces of turf together for me, but we tried using white paint as our strip to face off on, but it just chips and it comes up because that turf just doesn't handle paint well. So instead we used tape, and I know this is black tape, but we somehow found white tape, and this is double wide, which is perfect. So we just put this right down where the two pieces of turf connect. So we just use that instead. And where's our tape price? And this came out to $15. And also, while you're in this section, like I said earlier, if you have to glue the turf pad down to the ground, because it will come up if it's not held down somewhere, you could use something like a double-sided tape or the adhesive. Just put it on the ground, put the mat on top, and you should be good to go. All right, now we're gonna head over to Barnes & Noble's. Just kidding, we're not freaking dorks. All right, so I just got done doing the calculations for how much it would cost for someone to build a 6 by 6 piece of turf. So it would be $20 for the turf, $35 for the padding, $20 for the glue, and $15 for the tape, which comes out to a grand total of $90 for a 6 by 6 functional piece of turf. Now, if you're looking to build the 12 by 18, which is what we did in our garage setup, it's going to be a lot more pricier. Ours came out to around $300 just to build that big old piece of turf. For the 6 by 6 piece, how to build it would be you put down the padding. The padding comes in a 6 by 9, so all you have to do is trim 3 feet off, and you put glue on there. You put one full bottle of glue on there, which is $15, and then you put down the turf on there, and it's already 6 feet wide. You just request for them to cut it at 6 feet in length. So then you take that piece and you put it on top of the padding, and then once you have that 6 by 6 squared all nice and glued together,
with the padding. You take your tape, which is $15. It's a pretty long roll, so if over time your tape line starts to rip, you can just replace it. So you take your tape line and just put it directly down the middle of that 6x6, and boom, you're good to go. Now, if you notice that it slides on you as a whole when you're facing off, you can glue the whole piece of turf, including the padding, down to the ground, or you can anchor it down with, like I have horse mats, you anchor down all sides, or you can either tape it down. You can use the tape that we bought earlier. Since it's double wide, you can put half the tape on the turf and half the tape on the ground. That's not going to work as well as the other options, but still, if it's moving on you and that's all you can use, just anything's better than nothing. And the whole purpose of this video was if you don't have access to any used or old turf, let's say your high school is returfing their field and they're throwing away their old turf, I would recommend getting that before building one of these. But let's say you don't have access to that, like us down in Florida. We don't have a lot of turf fields, so we had to build our own turf square, and $90 isn't bad at all for a 6x6 piece. It's very durable. Ours hasn't ripped at all. The only thing that is ripping is that tape line. But that's why you buy a roll of tape, so when your tape line does rip up, you can just put down a new piece and be ready to go from there. And that wraps up this week's Fogo Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any further questions on how to construct your own turf square, or any questions in general, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I will be including a materials list in the description. I should have the links to each piece of material that we purchased in this video. Be sure to like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you haven't already, be sure to check us out on Instagram at GreenKnucklesLacrosse. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next week. Till then, kids, get 'em dirty.